KROQ.
Klein Alley Show. Imagine all the things you can do when you're awake, and then imagine all of the other things you can do while you're asleep. You may not remember those things.
Some people get out of their beds and drive full-on cars
Well,
in their sleep.
this is the story that is circulating, making the rounds right now. Then we'll get to your stories, and we got some Disneyland tickets up for grabs as well. So if we get you on the air and we enjoy your story, there's a good chance we reward you with 4 tickets to Disneyland. Take a listen. This is the story, and first the celebration.
She's awake!
This is the moment a 10-year-old girl was found safe thanks to the help of thermal drone technology.
What a story. First of all, I didn't realize thermal drone technology was a thing, and now that I've heard about it, awesome. Very cool. Love it.
Think of all the weird stains we can look at through drone footage.
It won't be long before Inside Edition is using that technology to figure out if your hotel sheets have jizz on them, because that's what they do, and boy, they take that job seriously.
Hold it. Why do you have
They move over black lights. We've got thermal drone technology to determine which disgusting hotel you're staying in next. But here we go. This is the good story.
Peyton Saint-Nan went missing at 10 p.m. Saturday night. Officials say she went sleepwalking into the woods near her home.
The neighbors had already been looking for her for about an hour.
I mean, that is...
You think your kid's been kidnapped?
Of course, think everything. The last thing you think is they just went sleepwalking into the woods.
Other than some mosquito bites, she was perfect. It's truly a miracle that she was unharmed.
It's really scary, too, because if you look at the footage, you just see this child in fetal position laying in the woods, which if you're a parent, you're like, oh, my God, they found her. Is she even alive? And then they just kind of nudge her, and she wakes up and just gets up, and she's like, la, 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 kind of like Demon Child.
Looked like she was having the best sleep ever.
Yeah.
Like, I would hate to wake her up. Like, maybe her folks are fighting or something. She's like, F this noise, I'm going to go take a nap.
Yeah. Didn't your kid have weird sleep terrors where she was, like, trying to kill you?
Not trying to well, yes, actually.
I can see that.
Yeah. But I think that she was awake when that happened. I think she would, like...
You're a stupid man.
She would just wake up in the middle of the night and start screaming, and I would go in there and be like, hey, everything's cool. She's like, wah! Like, she attacked my face. And I was like, what is going on here? Like, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing.
Ambien's a hell of a drug, isn't it?
Oh, man. So anyway, well, I think because, listen, I do believe because of we've talked about this before, but the industry of sleep gummies and all of the...
Everyone is taking something to sleep.
And as a result, I think it's having weird effects on people that are now they're going to sleep, but then they're somehow waking up and doing weird stuff. And you always hear these stories. Sometimes people check out like their own surveillance footage of their own house, like, oh, my God.
And it's so creepy when you see somebody who looks awake, but they're not.
Samantha, what did you do while sleeping? That is the question. Go ahead. Samantha.
Well, I do.
Are you asleep right now?
I called a crappy morning show.
Go ahead, Samantha.
I do take Ambien for sleep. I have since my son was born. I wouldn't be able to sleep without it. One night I took it, and I guess I got up, drove to Jack in the Box. Yeah. And my husband noticed I wasn't in bed, and he tracked my phone and found out I was at Jack in the Box.
Whoa.
And so, yes, I was in the drive-thru. I was ordering. He pulls up and tells me, come with me. And I don't remember any of this, but I guess I told him I wouldn't leave without a Jumbo Jack. So he had to wait for me to order.
You're right. You're not wrong.
He let you order while you were sleeping.
And then I left my car at Jack in the Box. We came home, and ever since then, he puts a baby gate at the top and the bottom of the stairs.
No.
So I won't leave, yes.
It's kind of sad when the baby gate is being used
for you.
It's being used for you.
And it's so easy to step over it.
Yeah.
But it's at the top. But it's at the top of our stairs, so I'll fall down the stairs if I...
Well, what happened to the Jumbo Jack? Did you get it home with you?
I ate it, yeah.
Oh,
He says I ate it.
Okay, good.
Dude,
good.
I'm amazed that people can drive. Like, you think about autopilot when you're actually awake while driving, but you're in autopilot and you're not really thinking about turning. I guess that's what your brain is doing. You're just able to function and able to make turns and drive safely while you're totally asleep.
I'm blown away by these people that are able to accomplish things while sleeping. Ariana, you're on KROQ. Good morning. What happened?
So I don't think mine is accomplishment, but I have slept walk into the kitchen, opened the drawer where the veggies go, peed in it, and ate a raw egg.
Wait, whoa.
Are you sure you were sleeping during this, or was that your excuse the next day?
No, I was sleeping. But it's so weird because I could kind of like vividly remember it the next day, but as I'm doing it, like I just feel like it feels like I'm dreaming on the toilet.
And are you on any sort of like an Ambien or a sleep aid, or was this just all natural?
No. Just natural.
You ate a raw egg, like bit into the shell and everything.
Yeah.
Whoa. And then what? So in the next morning, you go into your fridge and you see just like a bunch of urine sitting in your vegetable crisper, and you're like, oh, it was me again.
Well, let's be honest, that vegetable crisper is the most unused drawer in the fridge.
And so urine is probably so sterile, it keeps it fresh.
Right. That is wild. Oh, man.
How did she get in there? Like, what kind of angle? It's so.
I know. That's
what the hell?
I think she pulled it out and sat on it. I actually could see this. I actually think this is kind of a good idea. Yeah, that's the weird. That's the least weird part of the story.
It's like a weird bedpan.
All right, let's say hi to. Man, I can't believe all these things people have done while sleeping. It's really crazy. Jerry, you're on KROQ. Good morning. Welcome to Klein Alley Show. What's up?
Hey, good morning, Sweet Dibs.
Sweet Dibs. What did you do while sleeping?
Kind of similar situation where I woke up just in the kitchen and realized I was just grubbing leftover pizza, wings, ranch, and just woke up just covered in like barbecue sauce from the wings.
I mean, good way to wake up.
Well, you can't hear it in your voice or anything.
You don't sound like a guy that would do all those things. You know, it's interesting because the woman we just talked to ate a raw egg. She didn't have any concept of putting together a meal of any sort.
I bet she ate the shell too.
But this guy actually had he was sleeping, but he still had the wherewithal to be like, I need ranch to dip.
Yes.
Like it is kind of.
I wonder if he heated it up or if he just like ate it out of the fridge, you know? Like, do you prepare it?
Jerry, was that a cold grub of the wings, or was there a preparation?
Cold. Yeah, just cold, straight out of the fridge, dip it in the ranch, whole 9 yards.
Let's say hi to Lily on KROQ. Good morning, Lily. What did you do while sleeping? That is the question. After a girl was discovered in the woods, she left her house, left her bed, walked in the woods, fell asleep, was discovered by thermal drones. Happy ending to that story. These stories, the ending's not nearly as happy. The woman just urinated in her vegetable crisper. I can only imagine what you've done. Hi.
Hi, Sweet Dibs.
Sweet Dibs.
Hey, so I actually went to Electric Daisy Carnival, EDC, and I actually fell asleep at the event. I was so tired from partying all night that I was like, you know what, I really need to take a nap, and just kind of took a nap at the middle of the carnival.
See, that's an interesting one because that's reverse, where you're somewhere where you shouldn't be sleeping, but you end up falling asleep. And then you're there, and everyone just assumes you're all probably drugged up, so you're sitting there.
But I think some of that music, it seems like it's supposed to pep you up, but it's like that steady beat could probably be a little bit of, like, it probably relaxes some people.
This is interesting. Vanessa, you were sleeping, but you still accomplished something. What was it?
I did. So I was making a cheeseburger in the kitchen, and when the noise woke people up and they came to check, I tried to escape through a second-story window.
Oh, my.
All while sleeping.
Whoa.
And why is this? Obviously, you're sleeping. You can't really defend your actions.
The cheeseburger, they know!
But
like, why is that?
Were you wearing that little mask?
Yeah. Why did you attempt to go out the window? Was that also, like, I'm always curious, was this all natural? You on a sleep gummy?
I have no idea.
You don't know.
I have no idea. It was all natural. No, I was young at the time.
Damn, did somebody stop you before you jumped out of the window?
Yeah, they grabbed me. My grandma grabbed me before I could. I punched the screen out and tried to climb out of the window, and she grabbed me.
Whoa.
And I have no recollection of it whatsoever, but apparently the cheeseburger made it out the window, and I
Oh, man.
That's the greatest shame
and
of
one
all.
person's walking by, and they're like, whoa, cheeseburger
My
just landed.
my prayers have been answered.
Klein Alley Show! Mornings on KROQ! 106.7 KROQ.
Good morning, it's KROQ, unless you're still sleeping, in which case you've made a wise decision listening to this show while driving around. It's a big difference between you fall asleep doing something, because that's all happened, right? We've gone on a long overnight drive, you start nodding off, you got to put your head out the window. That's different than when you've decided, I'm going to bed. I am getting into the bed, I am going to sleep, and then somehow you wake up doing something else, or you see footage the next day, or as 818 said, I apparently used to do laundry while sleeping. What a great... I wish I could train myself to do
chores.
Actual chores that need to be done anyway while I'm sleeping.
I mean,
wake
that's
up,
just great multitasking.
it's unbelievable. Wake up the next day, and all of a sudden, all your clothes are in the dryer, ready to go, and it's like almost like it's almost like some fairy came in the middle of the night and did all your annoying jobs you have to do.
There's one.
How do you do that? That's a win.
She texted in and said that she will full on initiate and have sex with her husband
while she's sleeping.
Doesn't say much about her husband.
Well, it says a lot. I mean, I think because
I'm sure he wakes up and he's like, "Great."
When you no, because we did talk to someone one time on the show. Remember, they were annoyed by it. A woman also
it was
would do that.
petty claims.
Yeah, that's right.
And the guy was super annoyed by it because he's like, "Yeah, it was fun the first few times, and then it just became annoying. I'm just trying to sleep."
Yeah, what a dumbass.
Well, at some point. All right, quickly, Allie, I'll hear
Someone
a few more
needs
of these.
permanent sleep, you know what I mean?
A few more of these stories, and then we'll have to go ahead and decide to give a winner. And sometimes this is a result of people taking sleep aids, and other times you're just one of these people that apparently find your true freak self while you're sleeping. Mike, what were you doing?
Yeah, unfortunately, I took an Ambien, and I was telling my wife that it was too hot and we really needed a pool. So I guess she caught me outside digging a hole in our backyard, and then she stopped me, and then the next day I must have ordered on Alexa pool noodles and pool supplies because I must have been about hundreds of dollars for the pool stuff.
How much on pool stuff?
Hundreds, he said.
Oh, my God.
So all you had was a small hole you had started to dig in your backyard.
Tons of pool noodles.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
All right, that's another one that scares me, the ordering. I think my wife has done that before because stuff has arrived from Amazon, and I've said, what the hell is this? And she said, I thought you ordered it. And, of course, I didn't order it.
So you think in her sleep she's...
Well, I'll look at the Amazon thing, and I'll see when the order went through, and it's like 4 in the morning, like the middle of... And so she's like, I assumed you woke up and ordered it. I'm like, why would I have woken up and ordered, a makeup remover?
Man, how great is that, though, if you ordered something that you really wanted but felt like you shouldn't buy?
Right.
But in your sleep, you just made the decision, and now you're like, well, all right, I have that now.
Linda, you know what? Let's say Christina first. Hey, Christina, what is it you did while sleeping? We're hearing a few more of these stories, giving away some Disneyland tickets. What happened to you?
I set off the ADT alarm, the motion sensor, and had the police come and got a huge fine from ADT.
Oh no!
Yeah, they don't like
give
it.
you a fine?
Yeah, you get the false alarm fines when you're the reason for that. So
Yes,
you were just walking around sleeping and then set off all the motion detectors and the cop showed up or
Yes,
whatever?
and I ran right back to the guest bedroom. Wasn't even my house. Ran back to the guest bedroom, just stood there, and kind of was confused because I really halfway knew what was going on. And finally, when the police showed up, it hit me that it was me.
And what is the fine? How much is it?
Back then, I believe it was like $250.
Jeez.
Yeah, they don't like it when they show up and you don't need them. They hate that. Quickly, we'll give... hey, Greg?
Yes.
What happened to you?
Yeah, I was at a little shindig with my ex-girlfriend from the time. We were drinking. She had just moved, so we were partying, and we fell asleep on the couch together. I then woke up, apparently, with red and blue behind me in the rearview mirror. I was apparently we had woken up and had a fight, and I wasn't there for it.
Oh, sleep fights, great.
Whoa.
Sent us to go back to my place because she didn't want to be there anymore with her friends, and I was saying, no, let's stay here. Her friends all told me this later, and the cop pulled me over, thought I was just being some little douche driving too fast down the road. I was going 80 in a 30 zone, apparently.
But, cops, I wonder what they do because if you're sleeping, it's probably illegal to drive while sleeping, I'm sure. But if you don't know you're doing it.
Yeah, then what are you... I mean, because there are people that have full-on killed other people in their sleep. And
really?
Then there's a defense of like, okay, well, this person was sleeping, but how do you prove that they were sleeping?
Listen, we heard a lot of great stories here. We could do these all day. There's a lot of people on the phone. Some are Ambien related. Others are just regular sleep. But I think, Allie, I don't know if you agree with me, and there were some good stories here. Samantha, we were one of the first stories of the morning. You were sleeping, and you left your house and drove to Jack in the Box.
And then you fought with your husband in the Jack.
Your husband came and rescued you at the Jack in the Box. You still left with your jumbo jack, and now you're getting yourself 4 tickets to Disneyland. All right?
Yay! I'm celebrating with a jumbo jack.
That's right. Great. Perfect. Enjoy that. Have fun at Disneyland. Thank you for listening to KROQ. We'll have more of those tickets for you tomorrow on the show. But if you don't want to wait around that long, and why would you? Your next chance to win Disneyland tickets will be later this morning on KROQ between 11:45 and noon. 11:45 a.m. and noon. Nicole will have another 4 tickets for you to go to Disneyland. That's coming up. We got a quick break to get to. I'm sorry for everyone's stories we couldn't get to. These were some good ones. We'll be right back. More show next. Thanks for watching some of our radio show. We've got to get these cameras back to Best Buy before the 30 days runs out. So in the meantime, you can check out our radio show, which is available to listen to every day live on KROQ or the podcast.
Yes, if you download and subscribe to the podcast, you can save a morning show in need.
That's us.
We're very much in need. We're thirsty. Thirst trap.